help me understand what's going on with Luka from the standpoint of everybody. Feels like it's open season on Luka. That he whines a lot. Got another technical. He's doesn't play defense. It's now being exposed because every Laker game is under the microscope.
Always.
Okay, where is this headed with Luka and the Lakers?
It's tough, Dan, because we're not privy to the day-to-day operations every day in practice, the conversation. So you want to take pause to that a little bit and try not to evaluate everything by what you think you know and see. Now, optically, it doesn't look good. Optically, it was the same thing in Dallas with Luka, with his body language at times, with his persistence to always complain about fouls to the official. That's always been there. Now, it's been some other players that have been like that in the past too, but with Luka now being with the Lakers as well, the expectations, it just draws the ear of a lot of people. Now, keep in mind, this is a situation too, because of the trade situation. The Lakers have to figure this out with Luka. That was one of the big things when the trade went through. It was like, okay, yes, we got the trade, but the Lakers still got to convince Luka that this is the ultimate and the final landing spot, to sign his deal. So how that interaction between he and JJ, he and new management continue to foster itself is very important to the future of this franchise, okay? Because they put all eggs in one basket, basically, by going to get Luka. So they got to figure out a way to make it work. But it doesn't look good optically with what's going on. I'm not talking about he and JJ having some words on the sideline. Players and coaches do that all the time. That's nothing new. But optically, his body language doesn't look good.
Does it ever help complaining to an official?
In your mind as a player, yes. It does. But sometimes, old school officials, the Earl Stroms of the world, the Dick Vivettas, you can go up and talk to, okay? And they'll tell you, like, okay, enough is enough. This is it. This is what's going to happen. Or they'll tell you, I missed that one. Okay, now I'm not saying that today's officials don't do it, but it was a different kind of relationship back then.
Yeah, but Jim, talking to an official and whining to an official, big difference.
Okay, what about yelling? Because Mike yelled at a lot of officials.
Yeah.
Magic did. Isaiah did. All the guys,
I know the legends.
Kobe did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kobe did.
Yes.
Kobe did.
Larry did. Yes.
Yeah, Larry did. Yes. But you're saying whining. And I think with Luka, it's gone overboard and a lot of officials are tired of it. They really are. But they don't tech him up. So if they're tired of it, tech him up.
Yeah, but he's on the precipice of being suspended with his technicals.
Well, I mean, sometimes you got to go to extreme measures.
I mean, he's not Rasheed Wallace.
well, no, but you know what? Now, Rasheed got a text and he knew it, okay? But the officials made it a point, too, with Rasheed, that if you continue to do this, boom, you're out. They don't do that with Luka. See the difference?
So you think if they say, hey, one more, you're gone.
Yeah. Tell them. Say, Luka, okay, enough is enough. Okay, one more. I got what you're saying. You want the foul, but I could call the foul on the other end when you reached in and we didn't call it. Okay? I can do the same thing. Now, how do you want it? How do you want to play this? Okay? I think you just got to be raw and honest with the player. Because you got to give certain players you're going to give respect to, and they deserve it. You just tell them. Like, now you're on my butt for this, but I could have called this a couple of times down here and I didn't. Not that I'm playing favorites, but I'm trying to let the game go. So it's the same thing on the opposite end. That's old school refereeing right there. Okay, so now as a player, you got to make a decision, okay, do I really need to keep complaining and putting him in a situation or the officials in a situation where now they're going to kick me out or give me another check? Now that's on me because they told me exactly what is going to happen. If I continue down this path, it's on me.
Can you make Luka play defense?
At times he has, but as a player, that's that goes back to not only just the coaching staff, but his teammates, how much respect he has to really want to play this game. At the end of the day, Dan, that's all it is. And again, I'm not saying, and I don't think anybody's saying that he has to be the best defensive player, that he has to be a lockdown defender, but you got to give the effort. You just can't lay on the screen. You just can't not run back after you take a bad shot and not get back in transition. You cannot not rotate over to take a charge or step in and help your teammates. That's something individually. That's something that, his teammates got to expect out of him and vice versa. He has to want to give that to his team. I played with Steve Nash. Steve he'll tell you he wasn't the best defender, but he gave the effort. And that's what all teammates want to see is that just give me the effort.